Welcome to the Veterans Gaming Podcast. This is Kevin, and this is going to be episode one of my New York Jets Aaron Glenn rebuild. I was doing a Brian Flores rebuild. I'm going to end that. That's done. So we're going to start off fresh, and I'm going to do an Aaron Glenn rebuild for the New York Jets, and we're going to get right to it. So we got Jeff Ulbrich here, unfortunately, but we are going to get rid of his ass. Hold on just one second. Let's no, I don't want to use I sure the heck don't want to use this dude. Hell to the no, hex to the no. So let's see. Change role. Let's okay, so I'm gonna create I wonder if I can use a no. Never mind. Okay, let's go here. I am on YouTube right now live, my channel Veterans Gaming Podcast, and also my new channel live Veterans Sports Podcast. Now, the Veterans Sports Podcast is just I'm just gonna talk about different aspects of let's team sports. But just to get the channel started here, I'm gonna start this Jets rebuild. So this will be the first ever live. This will be the first ever episode or the first video, basically. Oh crap! On my Veterans Sports Podcast. Give me just a second because I made a little boo boo here on on my end. So let's all right, let's get this up and running here, and then we will get going. All right, so let's get rid of Jeff Ulbrich. Where was I? Okay, here we go. So let's go coach. I'm going to create a coach. I'm going to create Aaron Glenn. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to simulate the 2024 season because that's where this game starts off from. And after I'm done simulating the season, I'm going to begin my plan for the 2025 season and beyond. Let's see, the backstory gives you the first talent, the head coach, staff builder. This backstory gives you the first talent in the head coach. Player growth. Let's go. We've got a young team, relatively young team, so let's go with a team builder, and then we will go from there. Let's change things up here, and let's start making history. There was a Madden in which you could hire like strength and the defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, opposite, and all that stuff. But you were able to hire like the strength and conditioning coach. I mean, it was a little more nuanced, but I can't remember which version, which Madden that was. If somebody can get on the chat tonight and let me know, I'd really be happy to I'd be really happy if somebody would share that. Let's get rid of that. Hey, Alan, am I going to keep Aaron Rodgers in this career mode? Probably not. Not on this one. I know there's rumors that it's kind of 50-50 whether he's going to stay or he's going to go. Me personally, I think Aaron Rodgers should go, either retire or the Jets should trade him and get, whatever they can. Let's see. Let's go with the offense and defense of the Lions. Let's use their playbook. I know that they did not do particularly well in the playoffs, but since Aaron Glenn is coming from the Detroit Lions, let's just go with that. So let's see, with a shirt. By the way, Alan, thank you for joining here on this podcast, and I appreciate you. Appreciate you. If you like what you're watching, spread the word. This is a relatively new channel. I'm trying to get it up and running, but obviously without you and whoever else views tonight this channel and my new channel, Veteran Sports Podcast, will not succeed. But now that I got your attention, if you are a Barclays Premier League soccer fan, this coming Sunday morning at about 10:15 Central Standard Time, I will be doing the Arsenal versus Manchester City watch along. The first match at the Etihad ended 2-2. That was the first ever watch along that I ever did on this channel. And I promised I was going to do the February 1st matchup, even though Manchester City is really they're really out of the title race. I I thought that this second matchup would be number one versus two, but Manchester City they're sitting in like seventh ish or sixth, but Arsenal is still second. So and they're still chasing Liverpool. I think they have a very small chance of catching Liverpool, but not much. Let's see, dude. I love Glenn as a hire. He was shut down defense in Detroit. Just maybe a little word about his offense. I will agree with that. They got some Tanner, some kid that's the offensive coordinator. Somebody that I haven't really heard of. I don't really know much about any of the hirings except for that Steve Wilkes, defensive coordinator. Uh, he is. I think he's going to be basically second in command to Aaron Glenn in the whole dynamic of that coaching staff, and he is a veteran. He did coach, I believe he coached Carolina for a little bit as well. But this is probably the closest look of any of these that looks like Aaron Glenn. So this isn't particularly nuanced. And then Aaron Glenn is 5'9", and he's about 100 and let's say about 100 and let's go 175 pounds. Let's go 170 because he's Aaron Glenn, not a big guy. But if as a Jets fan from way back when, over 40 years, I remember Aaron Glenn when he was a player. Man, listen, for those of you that don't know anything about how Aaron Glenn the player, Aaron Glenn was drafted 12th in the 1994 draft, played with the Jets from 94 to 2001. And I will say this one more time. He is one of the greatest Jets ever. And if I were to build my all-time Jets team, I would have Jarrell Reeves as one corner, and I would have Aaron Glenn as the other corner. He was that good. He was Darrell. Obviously, he wasn't Darrell Reeves before Darrell Reeves, but Aaron Glenn was outstanding. And the fact that he's got all that history with the New York Jets, I firmly believe that that's what got him over the top in the interview process. Excuse me, and rightfully so. I think that gave him the edge, even ahead of Rex Ryan. Aaron Glenn was there when the Jets were absolutely horrible in the mid '90s. Those 1995, 1996 seasons, only 4 wins and 28 losses in the Rich Kotite era. And then he was there with Bill Parcells. They turned it around, 9-7 in 1997, and then in 1998 they were less than one half away from going to the Super Bowl. Still that still hurts. And he said in the press conference when he got hired that it still hurts, it still bothers him, and that he wants to get that back. And for all of you Jets fans from way back then, in the 1998 season, Denver ended up beating Atlanta. John Elway goes out on top with his second Super Bowl. However, earlier in the season, the New York Jets beat the Atlanta Falcons, ironically enough, 28-3. And I want to say week 5, week 6, and they were one of the two teams prior to Denver. They were one of the two teams that beat Atlanta in the regular season. So we would have absolutely beaten Atlanta in the Super Bowl as well. But unfortunately, it was not meant to be. All right, let's continue here. And Alan, speaking of Aaron Rodgers, this is what I'm going to do. Oh, no, no, I didn't want to start in the preseason. Shit. Okay. I'll just have to simulate. Let's simulate to the regular season. And then from there, I'm just going to simulate the regular season. I'm going to force wins and stuff like that. And so they'll finish 5-12 like they did in real life, and then we will start going. If you were to draft a quarterback in the first round, who would you go for? I mean, Shador Sanders is going to get drafted in the first round. I don't know how good he really is. And then you've got Cam Ward out of Miami. I don't think he is in this draft class that I'm about to upload. So let's go to the download center. Let's see, draft. I don't know. I don't know. See, let's try this. Let's look at this one. 2025 rookies vibe. Viper W. Okay, they've got Carson Beck as the number one pick. Obviously, Carson Beck transferring to Miami. Aben Holloman. These are a bunch of people that I've never heard of. I've heard of Michael Williams, but I don't see. Okay, you got Jalen Milrow, Shador Sanders. Shador Sanders is ranked number 68. That's kind of a weird one. Quinn Ewers ranked 96. Okay, this is a weird one. I wonder if I can change this draft class. I guess I can't. All right, so we're just gonna go with it. And like I said earlier, I'm just gonna simulate this season, have them go 5-12 like they did, and then we will go from there. So let's see, the 49ers won that one. The Jets won that one. Patriots won. No, no, oh, no, no, no. Hold on, hold on. Beat the Patriots. Lost to Denver. Lost to Minnesota. Lost to Buffalo. Lost to Pittsburgh on Sunday night. Lost to the Patriots. That loss really pissed me off. That really soured me out on Sauce Gardner. Beat the Texans. Got embarrassed by Arizona. A loss to the Colts, a game we probably should have won. The Seahawks beat us. We lost to the Dolphins, a game we should have won. We did beat, if I remember correctly, we did beat the Jaguars. Lost to the Rams. Lost at Buffalo, no surprise there. And we managed to pull off a win against the Dolphins. All right, so let's go back here and let's go ahead and simulate the season. All right, let's simulate the playoffs. Then once I do that, we'll kind of mess around, do some things with the postseason. Hopefully, I'll be able to do some trades because I've already got some ideas as to what I want to do and who I'm going to trade, et cetera, et cetera. For sure, I'm going to trade Aaron Rodgers. You can, if possible. And of course, if I trade Aaron Rodgers, then that means I'm going to be trading Devontae Adams as well. And I've got a couple of other ideas as to who I'm planning on trading. So we'll start off this Aaron Glenn career mode and get it off on the right foot. Sorry, I'm looking at some emails here as well while I'm doing this. I'm starting off this career mode, so just kind of bear with me. All right, let's take a look at the standings. Buffalo dominant, Baltimore dominant, 15-2. Kansas City, no surprise, as the 3 seed. We finished 11th. So let's take a look at the NFL standings and see where we would be in the draft. Okay, okay, this is kind of accurate. Tennessee, Giants, Raiders, Patriots. So let's see. One, two, three, four. Okay, so in this Madden rebuild, we are 5-12, and we're gonna have the ninth pick in the draft. Okay, so that's close enough to being accurate. See what the options are. All right, let's look at the mock draft. And this is just kind of basically a starter episode. And then in my next one, this is just kind of going to be like an intro episode, kind of get things going. And then afterward, probably from the second episode on down, we're really going to get into the nitty gritty. Uh, Avian Holloman. I've never heard of him. Okay, you got Travis Hunter here. That actually kind of looks like Travis Hunter a little bit. James Pierce Jr., Josh Morris. Okay, the mock draft, Michael Williams. But I've got Quincy Williams, and I've also got Jamie and Sherwood. So do I really need another linebacker? I would say no. Maybe defensive tackle. Keith Pryor out of Missouri, power rusher. Take a look at what we got here with him. Player notes: physical player who delivers bone-crushing hits. Loves to utilize, a spin as a counter move. Has a swift arm over move around has a swift arm over move in his arsenal. Will utilize power and leverage to pull through pass protectors. Has a motor that runs through the whistle. Often looks to rip the ball from runners. Okay, I like that. Shows good discipline and won't get flagged much. I really like that because that's something that's very important. So Keith Pryor, okay, looking good. Great acceleration, great to good. Change of direction is okay. Jumping, elite. Okay, I like this. I like this. So we need a tight end. Luke Rose shows good discipline, excels at creating yards after the catch, avoids big hits. Uh, he can climb the ladder to make a catch. He does have an issue with concentration drops, though. So that's Luke Rose out of Florida. We got Keith Pryor out of Missouri. Mikel Williams from Georgia will utilize power and leverage to go through pass protectors. Has a swift arm over move. Loves to utilize a spin as a counter. Shows good discipline. I like that. Wants to rip the ball from runners. Has a motor that runs through the whistle. Savvy defender with the ball in the air. And he delivers bone crushing hits. All right. He's got a great to elite acceleration. Good to solid agility. Good to solid change of direction. Elite to great jump in. Good to solid speed. Elite to great strength. All right. Top projected top five. Oh, I need to go up here and spread my points around on the. But I'll do that in a second. Okay, so they've got Carson Beck as the number one pick, and then okay, I'm not gonna mess with the scouts part. Um, who is that? Oh, whoa, hold on, David Looker, because we need an offensive lineman too. We need a right tackle specifically. Let's see. Has a motor that runs through the whistle, shows good discipline and won't get flagged. Okay, he's got great acceleration, good agility, great change of direction, great jumping, which, I mean, what right tackle jumps? Solid speed, marginal strength. Okay, that could be a bit of an issue. It's got great stamina and great awareness. Not a lot of pass blocking power though, and his run blocking. Okay, he's not particularly strong though. Hmm. Maybe I can take a Nelson Allen out of Alabama and convert him to a right tackle. Same deal. The physicals, decent, let's see, acceleration, agility, okay, good. Elite change of direction, elite jumping, which makes no sense. Let's see what his skills are. Awareness, close to the same as Looker. Then we've got a Julius Talbot out of South Carolina. Let's see what we got to do here. Same deal. Physicals are relatively the same. However, he does have a better pass blocking power and better run blocking power. Okay. Uh, then let's look at the quarterback position. Obviously, Carson Beck won't be there. Um, Jalen Milrow. I'm kind of iffy on him. Beautiful spiral on all his passes. Pressure doesn't phase him because he doesn't know it's there. Does well to avoid sacks by throwing the ball away. Okay. Plays well within and outside of the pocket. Compact, fast, traditional motion. The Jets, Giants, and Saints are his top pick. Okay, great deep accuracy. Right. Okay. Great acceleration, good agility, great change of direction, decent jumping, which who cares? Good speed, elite strength, and elite throwing power. Okay. Okay, Jalen Monroe. Jalen Milrow might be that guy. Awareness, injury F. That might mean he's injury prone, so that could be an issue. Stiff arm, D backer, throwing on the run, he's great. Okay, okay. So let's forget the scout part. Uh, See this Avian Holland, whoever this is, struggles to find the ball in the air. Shows good discipline. That he's kind of a zone cornerback, and that's not really what I want. Let's look at the cornerback position. Let's see, who is this DJ Benson? 5'11". Uh, I'd rather take my chances on Josh Morris, who's also a man-to-man specialist, savvy defender with the ball in the air, has a motor that runs through a whistle, looks to rip the ball from runners, and shows good discipline. Okay, decent agility, good acceleration, great jumping, solid speed, decent strength. Okay, okay, this could be a he's an interesting choice. I'm not taking a linebacker. Let's take a look at DJ Benson with. I mean, hey, Aaron Glenn was 5'9". Savvy defender with the ball in the air, has a motor, shows good discipline. All right, we've got players that got good discipline. So solid as far as acceleration and agility, decent change of direction, solid as far as jumping and speed, and decent strength. Okay, he uh he might just work. He might just work. Okay, let me get out of this draft and let's see if I can start making trades. I don't think I can make trades yet, but let's manage the team. Let me rebuild the stadium. I can't relocate because if I relocate, they'd be the Brooklyn Jets, and that absolutely makes no sense whatsoever. So I'm going to rebuild the stadium, and I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go with a futuristic look for the stadium. Let's see, my big needs are going to be quarterback, left outside linebacker, and left end. But Jermaine Johnson will be back next season. Okay, I've already gone through this. Let's manage the staff before we upgrade players. Okay, so I'm gonna fire that dude, and I'm gonna fire this dude. Let's review the talent tree, and I'm sure you guys have already seen this before, so I won't explain that. Let's go with player personnel, defensive development. Where's the corners at? Offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator talent, decrease multi-week recovery time. So I've already got that. Increase XP games for tight ends. Increase XP for left and right guard. And let's see. Increase XPD for cornerbacks, for middle linebackers, and defensive tackles. All right, so let's rock and roll here. Let's go lockdown machine for the cornerbacks, and let's go ahead and lock that down. Let's use all the points on that, and you win games in the trenches. So I'm gonna do this tree here on the right for defensive development. And then we got left and right guard, left and right tackle. So let's get those developed. I've got one more to go. No, no mind. Then pocket setter, increase the XP gains. So this will help me into next season. What is this? XP gain for left end and right ends. It's going to help me win games in the trenches. Try that. Okay. I'm down to 28 points, and then I'll just use one here for the. Okay. I'm a firm believer that you win games in the trenches, so that'll help out. And then player personnel, 5% trade discount on players over 30. All right, now let's get ourselves an offensive coordinator. Let's look at his talent tree. Okay, nothing at all on his talent tree for Jaime Rodriguez. Let's look at Brian Warner. Nothing on his talent tree. Nick Gregory. Oh, okay, offensive line guru. I like that. Gain the ability to equip X factors on the O line. Boost pass block power for the centers and for the guards. Okay. Okay, he's looking like the favorite. Zach Pettis. No talent tree with him. Paul Vance, nothing with him. Will Hudson, he's got a lot of passing stuff, but like I said, I still want to win games in the trenches. Marvin Fowler outside running, Howell running. Okay, he's got his is a little more. Okay, yeah, this he might work a little bit better, especially if I draft Milrow. Ooh, look at this guy right here. Man, Seth Henry. Look at his tree. Oh man, he's got all kinds of stuff here. Okay, he's already okay, boost acceleration for halfbacks. So that's complete. Boost blocking for tight ends. Awareness for halfbacks. I mean, we don't use fullbacks, so that won't work too much. But okay, okay. Iron Nerves. I might pick him. Uh, Nothing in his talent tree on this coordinator. Garrett Pratt. Let's see, Bill Duncan. Okay, we got another O-line guru here. Let's see. Pass block power. Yeah. Pass block finesse for the tackles. Okay. All right. Todd Walters. He's got some strong stuff too. Boost awareness for wide receivers. Short route running. All right. Then stamina and acceleration for the halfbacks. Kevin McGovern. Let's see what he's got. He's got a few boost agility for the halfbacks. Short route running. Boost awareness for the O line. Boost pass block finesse for the entire O line. Then short accuracy, medium accuracy, and deep accuracy. Okay, I got some tough decisions here to make for the offensive coordinator. Okay, this one he's a receiver guru, so medium routes, deep routes, and jumping. Roger Hughes. Okay, his thing is doing a lot of quick throws, so awareness and route running for the receivers. Uh, Run block, finesse, run block power for centers. Chris Roberts, boost awareness for wide receivers and tight ends. And deep route running, all right. Boost release for halfbacks. And the last one, Zach Parker's the one I fired. The last one is going to be Justin King. Quite frankly, nothing there. So my pick, I'm gonna probably go. No, not Marvin Fowler. There was one before him. He had a bunch of running stuff. Where is he? Was it this one? Nick Gregory. I like him. Pass blocking. There was somebody else that had a bunch of stuff on him. Yeah, Hyman, he doesn't have anything. Give me just a minute. Yeah, him. All right. So I'm gonna hire this one because he got a lot of power running stuff, and on top of that, throwing on the run. So I might draft Milrow. So let's go with Seth Henry. He's gonna be the offensive coordinator, the new O coordinator, vertical power run, and let's go with the defensive coordinator and let's see what we've got here. I want to be able to get sacks and interceptions. That's what I want to. That's what I want to focus on. So let's go. Let's freaking go. And also thank you to everybody that's watched me on X tonight. Really appreciate it. Like I said, the Manchester City Arsenal match, I will be doing a watch along this coming Sunday. Okay, let's go with the defensive coordinators. No, nothing in these talent trees so far. And same thing, I want to win games in the trenches. So let's see what we got. Nothing. Move Dylan Ackerman. Nope. Somebody's got to have something in their little tree here. Nothing at all. Crap. London, Washington. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. This guy's got a bunch of stuff. Boost injury. Uh, boost toughness for cornerbacks. Boost the block shedding for free and strong safeties. Okay. I like that. And boost hit power. All right. Zone. Boost awareness for safeties and cornerbacks. Acceleration. Oh, this guy might run away with it. He's a linebacker guru. Boost shed, block shed. Okay. Power moves. Okay. All right. So right now, this Brendan Washington he's running away with it. He's got all the qualifications so far. But let's look at some of these other guys. This guy plays a 3-4. Brendan Washington plays the 4-3. So I got to take that into consideration as well. But these guys, they don't have, um, yeah, their talent trees are just limited. Both tackling and yeah, he could get the job, but that Brendan Washington guy is just too strong right now. And none of these other guys, and this the one I just fired. Let's see what his tree was. I might have, yeah, his tree was shit. And then Aaron Ward, he's the last one, but he does a 3-4. So we're gonna go ahead and hire. I'm gonna view his tree one more time. Look at all that. Look at all that he's got. So let's hire him, the defensive coordinator. Let's view our talent tree. 5% discount on trades. Increases likelihood of centers. Signing. I don't really need a center. 5% discount on players. Okay, let's try that. Increased likelihood of defensive tackles. Yes. Increase. Let's go with offensive recruitment. Okay, I need a prerequisite of a center. Increased likelihood of left and right tackle signing in free agency. I don't want to do that. It's head coach. Yeah, let's get Aaron Glenn going here. It's on with defense, XP games, pocket setter. Yeah, let's try that. Or let's fortify the line. That's complete. I want to have a heck of a defense. And then all players on your team count as speed as a scheme fits. Ooh, that's going to help out, I think. Increase XP gain for left and right ends. Okay. All right. So I'm filling up that defensive development tree. Okay. So that's done. I think I did a good job there. And again, I'm simulating the 2024 season. Finished 5-12. And then in my next video, I'll get into the nitty gritty of making trades and things like that. But for now, let's upgrade players. I might do some trading in this video today if possible. All right, Maurice Hall. He's got 4 skill points. Let's upgrade that. Okay, let's forget all this motivation stuff. Superstar. Let's see. He's got 4 points, so I'm gonna give him 2 for on elusive back, 1 for power back, and 1 for receiving back. Creates another threat in the passing game. Let's give him 1 point there. Oh crap! Excuse me. I didn't mean to go back. I'll fix that. 1 for receiving. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Shit. Okay, let's go 1 for elusive back, and let's use another one. Let's use that as last point. So he's got some elusive back upgrades. Hopefully next season things will get better for Brees Hall. He did not have, in my opinion, that great of a season in 2024. All right, Ola Fashanu. Before we get to Jamie and Sherwood, let's see. Ola Fashanu, who he's really, really coming on strong here. Let's give 1 point for power upgrade. Uses good footwork to excel in zone block, zone blocking run plays and to handle quick finesse moves. And then I'm going to give him another point on that one. And then let's give him 1 point. Let's add a point for pass protector, specialize in keeping the quarterback upright, especially since he will be the left tackle for years to come. Got to give it to Joe Douglas and to Robert Saleh. They did get that pick right. All right, Jamie and Sherwood, 3 skill points, so let's give them 1 point apiece. Field general upgrade, excels at reading plays, and are always in the best position to secure a tackle. This young man is the future. So I think CJ Mosley's on this roster, so we're going to get rid of him. Pass coverage upgrade, lurks around the field, disrupting passing lanes and forcing quarterback to make difficult throws. Let's upgrade that. And last but not least, run stopper. And oh man, Jamie and Sherwood, nice. He can tackle. This young man is legit. Let's go back. He's like, I think he's in his 3rd season. Okay, never mind. All right, let's upgrade Braylon Allen, a surprising rookie. He was really nice. 3 skill points. So let's give 1 apiece for elusive back, power back, and receiving back. There was even talk of trading Brees Hall because of how well Braylon Allen played. I think I'll give Brees Hall another year, and then afterward, if that doesn't work out, then sayonara. Then receiving back. Ironically enough, even though Braylon Allen is considered a power back, the rookie out of Wisconsin, his first touchdown which was against the Tennessee Titans, came off of a passing play. All right, but yeah, this young man, I like him. It's Malachi Corley. Let's see, he gets 3. So instead of playmaker, let's go with slot. Upgrade that. Let's upgrade the deep threat. And then let's go physical. So let's upgrade those. Uh, so we're done with him. Then Garrett Wilson, this is the guy we got to keep right here at all costs. I'll be more than happy to get rid of Rodgers and get rid of Devontae Adams if that means keeping Garrett Wilson. All right, let's try. Let's go physical. Thrives in traffic and consistently beats defenders at the catch point. Let's upgrade that. So that'll be an 80. And then let's upgrade the playmaker slot. And thank you to everybody that's watching on YouTube tonight on both my channels, Veterans Gaming Podcast and my new channel, Veteran Sports Podcast. I'll be talking more sports and all that stuff in that channel. But this will be my first video for that channel that I am launching right now. All right. All right. So he's upgraded successfully. Let's see who else I want to upgrade. Thomas Morstead, punter, no. And then these guys right here, Xavier Gibson. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me upgrade Sauce Gardner. Hey, Caden, how you doing? Jets, 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 Jets. That's right. Thank you for joining the podcast. Sauce Gardner. I'm gonna say something before I upgrade this. The pressure is going to be on for Sauce Gardner in 2025. Had a miserable 2024. And Aaron Glenn, one of the greatest Jets player, a former All-Pro cornerback, is going to be your head coach. This next year's make or break for Sauce Gardner. I'm just going to say that. My issue with Sauce Gardner is after 3 years, Jarrell Reeves had 14 interceptions. After 3 seasons, Sauce Gardner only has two. So I expect, yeah, I know, right? We did get the offensive coordinator. It was some guy, 10 or something. Um, I expect Sauce Gardner next year to get at least 7 interceptions in 2025, just because he's going to be under the tutelage of Aaron Glenn. So I'm just going to put that out there. Superstar passing shutdown defenders have the talent to erase receivers from the game. When they enter the zone, their coverage is tighter and interceptions are more frequent, which is what I want to see out of Sauce Gardner. I want to see more interceptions. So let's hit him up. Let's give him a zone. Tanner, man, let me give me a second. Yeah, that's right. I remember the week after Aaron Rodgers went out with that Achilles, they played at Dallas, and it was a close game. And Dak Prescott threw it right to Sauce Gardner, and that would have been a pick six, and Sauce Gardner dropped it. And I believe in the Minnesota game this year, I don't remember the exact moment, but there was an interception there that I think the Jets were either winning. I don't remember exactly, but he dropped it and it was in the end zone. I'm like, dude, you just cost us. And I'm not even going to discuss the Patriots game where he blew the coverage. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Tanner Engstrand. That's the name of the new Jets offensive coordinator. Tanner uh, Engstrand. Somebody I've never heard of, but look, I'm willing to give him an opportunity. So, okay, let's upgrade the man to man on Sauce Gardner. Also, Sauce Gardner, let's keep it real. He's afraid to tackle. That's the other thing. Much like Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders was afraid to tackle back in the day. Devontae Adams, I'm not gonna. Will Johnson, I've heard that name. Give me a second. Didn't he go to Michigan? Give me a second. Will Johnson. Hold on just a second. Will Johnson. Okay, the cornerback out of Michigan. Mm, okay, okay. I like that. I like the Graham kid, Mason Graham from the defensive tackle. I like him. I wouldn't be mad if the Jets drafted him because I think Quinn and Williams. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the sub. I think Mason Graham would be a great pick for the Jets to kind of think about that defensive line. You'd have Quinnen Williams, Mason Graham in the middle. Then you're going to have Will McDonald, who's come on strong, had a great season, and hopefully Jermaine Johnson will be. He's probably not going to be 100% from that Achilles, but 90%. And then you're going to have Sherwood and then Quincy Williams. Nice. Nice. Yes, I'm a Celtics fan. So I'm not gonna upgrade Devontae Adams because he's gonna be gone. Let me go up here. Let's upgrade Xavier Gibson. So let's give him a playmaker upgrade, and then let's go physical. That's right, he's a free agent. Yeah, gotta keep him. You're a Knicks fan, man. We've been killing y'all for 50 years. My brother's a Knicks fan, boy. There's constant trash talk. But to be honest, I haven't watched the NBA like I used to. The NBA it ain't it. It ain't it like it used to be. It ain't it. Now, not David Stern, excuse me. Adam, see that I just told you how old I am with that one. Adam Silvers, I heard something today. He wants to shorten the quarters, excuse me, to 10 minutes. Bro, what are you doing? Are you gonna make it to what is wrong with what is wrong with this Adam Silver dude, man? He done ruined the All-Star game. The play-in tournament makes absolutely no sense. Um, I don't like that 7 to 10 seed play-in format. Bro, if you don't finish in the top eight, you don't make the playoffs. You don't make the playoffs. I don't agree with that. And just the quality of quality of basketball is not what it is. Everybody wants to shoot threes. So, like I said, the only time I really watched the NBA last season was the finals when the Celtics beat the Mavs. Other than that, I just didn't. Christmas Day, I didn't watch any basketball at all. I watched no NBA. Back in the day, they had like 5 games on Christmas Day. I'm watching at least 3 of them on Christmas Day. Now, it just there's just something about that league. It's not exciting like it used to be. And I'm not saying that there's not great players, but nah. If we trade Sauce, I want to see two. No, I don't see the now. No, not with Aaron Glenn as the coach. That's definitely not going to happen. Let's go ahead and upgrade Quinn and Williams. Here's the thing, though. DJ Reed said that he wants to leave, which I don't. I am in no. I don't blame DJ Reed one bit. And if we're honest, he was probably the best free agent pickup of the Joe Douglas era. DJ Reed would get beat sometimes. He would get holding penalties till there's no tomorrow. But then in the same breath, he'd make a great play afterwards. So I think overall, I think DJ Reed was a great. Yeah, he was. He was a penalty merchant. Not all the calls were right, but when you have kind of that reputation, you're gonna get those calls against you. But I don't think he was a bust. He was a lot better than Trumaine Johnson ever was. Now there's a free agency bust right there. I would put Trumaine Johnson right up there with Neil O'Donnell as the biggest free agency bust in Jets history. Trumaine Johnson was shit. That first game, which was the first game that Sam Darnold played, Trumaine Johnson gets an interception. That was in Detroit, and the Detroit guy, whoever it was, put a licking on Trumaine Johnson. He stayed down for a minute, and right then and there, it felt like Trumaine Johnson's heart for football was out, gone. Trumaine Johnson was trash. Uh, those calls from that Vikings game when Justin Jefferson was well. I mean, he's Justin Jefferson, so he's gonna get calls like that. Let's go for to upgrade Quinn and Williams. Let's upgrade the power rusher. Let's give him a power rush upgrade. And I want to get Quentin Williams. I want to get him in the playoffs because if he doesn't get in the playoffs in the next year or two, he's gone. CJ Mosley, goodbye. I'm done. I'm not gonna upgrade him. I will update DJ Reed. Tyron Smith is gone. DJ Reed, I think I'm gonna keep him. Let's upgrade. Let's upgrade his man to man. Let's see. We've already hired we got that Tanner Engstrand, and then Steve Wilkes is the defensive coordinator. And I forgot the name of, and then we got a new offensive line coach who was the tight ends coach for Detroit. So Aaron Glenn has a history with him. And we finally got rid of Keith Carter. I mean, everybody hated that dude. Everybody. All right, let's upgrade Elijah Vera Tucker, who hopefully, yes, he did. But Tyron Smith sucked. He's out. But Olaf Ashanu took. Okay, so Tanner hasn't been hired yet. Okay, gotcha, gotcha. Thank you, Caden. I thought he was already hired. I know Steve Wilkes is hired for sure. Let me check on Tanner Engstrand real quick. Hey, by the way, Caden, thank you for joining the podcast, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for subbing too. I know you got a lot. I know you know some Jets fans, so by all means, let's see. It says here, Jets hire coordinator Steve Wilkes, Tanner Engstrand, Chris. Uh, Jets considering for Jets considering him for the position. Uh, let's see. Yeah, we got a new special teams coordinator. It was a dude out of Denver. Okay, let's see what we got here. Give me a second. Let me look at this video. If if the son of a gun will appear on my screen here. Uh, this technology. Okay, we'll skip that. Elijah Vera Tucker. Let's upgrade his power. I know all you Jets fans out there. You saw that Woody Johnson said that he has to look at himself in the mirror. Just shut up. Just shut up, Woody. Nobody wants to hear you anymore. What I will say, I think for this year, he's not gonna interfere with Muji, the new GM, and Aaron Glenn. He's gonna let them do their job. The problem with Woody is when the Jets start losing is when he sticks his nose in and it gets worse. It gets worse. Quincy Williams, let's give him a let's give him an upgrade here. Quincy Williams, the Quinn Williams, they should be Jets for life, in my opinion. Yeah, I sure hope so. I sure hope that Glenn scared Woody Johnson. I mean, don't scare him too much because then he'll fire you. But yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Power rusher. This one's a tough one here. Let's upgrade speed rusher on Quincy Williams. Okay, we're going to be expected to play more man coverage now. But yeah, I'm with that. I'm with that. Listen, another one. John Simpson. John Simpson as the left guard. He got that position on lockdown. So that was another good acquisition by Joe Douglas and Robert Sala. So I'll give him props for that. Let's go with a pass protector for John Simpson. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Quincy Williams. I really am. I really hope he can be a Jet for his entire career. But in order for that to happen, they got to make the playoffs. Morgan Moses, I'm not gonna upgrade him. I'm gonna let him go. Joe Tipman, Joe Tipman, solid, solid. Is he as good as Nick Mangold or Kevin Mawai? No, not yet. Let's give the man a couple of more years. Let's upgrade a pass protector. for Titman, rookie out of in his first year out of Wisconsin. Gotta give him props. The offensive line for the Jets in actuality is not that bad. You've got Olaf Ashanu. He's going to be the left tackle for a long time. John Simpson, I'm not sure how long he's been in the league. I think he's 27. So you're going to you can get at least a good 5 years out of John Simpson. Then you've got a young Joe Tipman. You've got a young Elijah Vera Tucker at right guard. And hopefully the injury issues have disappeared with him. All you really need is a right tackle. And you can get you a young, solid right tackle. You've got a good offensive line for years to come. Then you've got Brees Hall, who's going to be in his fourth year. Hopefully, he can have a better year. Yeah, John Simpson got another year left on his contract. If he plays as good in 2025 as he did in 2024, absolutely keep John Simpson. So then, like I said, you've got Fashanu, Simpson, Titman, Vera Tucker. Get you a solid right tackle, and you've got an offensive line that can be together for at least 5 to 7 years. And hopefully, this offensive line can be as good as the offensive line of the first couple of years of the Rex Ryan era, where you had DeBrickashaw Ferguson, you had Alan Faneca the first year, and Matt Slauson the second year. Then you've got Nick Mangold. Then you got the veteran that was Brandon Moore, and then you've got Damian Woody. So you had the right combination of veterans on that offensive line and the young guys. Here, you've got a bunch of young guys, but bunch of young guys that are good. I mean, Joe Tippmann and Joe Tippmann's nice. Like I said, is he gonna be a Hall of Famer? Who knows? But he's not bad. Olaf Fashanu is that dude, man. Olaf Fashanu's that dude. That dude. Yeah, we have no safeties and no tight ends. That's a problem. Chuck Clark. I'm not gonna upgrade him. Michael Carter. Nah, I don't think Michael Carter's gonna be on the team. Alan Lazard, get the fuck out of here with him. I'm willing to keep Tony Adams though. I'll keep. I like Tony Adams. If I was running the Jets in real life, I'd keep him. I'd keep him. Let's go with let's give him shit. Effective in coverage and blitzing situations. Takes advantage of mistakes when the quarterback makes bad throws under pressure. Okay, let's do that. So I'll upgrade Tony Adams. Ashton Davis, I would let him go, to be honest. All right. Hassan Reddick. I never want to see Hassan Reddick in a Jets uniform again. Same thing with Greg Zerline. Same thing with Michael Clemens. I'd keep Brandon Eccles though. Will McDonald. I'm gonna be honest. When the Jets drafted Will McDonald, I had never heard of this dude. And a very good friend of mine that lives in Oklahoma, he's all into the Big 12 and all that. He told me, "Yo, you guys got something in Will McDonald," and he was absolutely right. Uh, for those of you that don't know, Will McDonald went to Iowa State. He was a college teammate of, uh, he was a teammate of Brees Hall at Iowa State. And look at how Iowa State, all of a sudden, man, Iowa State had their first 11-win season in history. Jeff Ulbrich. Good Lord. Let's see. I'm gonna read something off of Instagram. Jets head coach Aaron Glenn revealed today, and this is from about an hour ago. Jets head coach Aaron Glenn revealed today that he has some agreements with a couple of guys. We just haven't really signed on paper just yet, but I feel really good about where we are when it comes to coordinators right now. Okay, okay, that's okay. Fair, fair. But I think the one that you really need to get out of all of them is Steve Wilkes. All right, Ashton Davis, burnt toast. Yeah. Hassan was an amazing player. Don't know when. All right, let's get back here and let's upgrade Will McDonald, the fourth. Yeah, speed. Let's go with speed rusher here. So, Will McDonald, again, another successful draft pickup. from the Joe Douglas regime. So got to give props to Joe Douglas for that. Hassan, Greg Zerline, Michael Klum, get him the fuck out of town too. Brandon Ackles. I think Brandon Ackles had a good year, so I'm willing to keep. I would keep Brandon Ackles as well. I think he's worth. I think he's worth it. Let's see. Kinlaw, Solomon Thomas. If I had to pick between the two, I'd pick Solomon Thomas to stay on the team. Let's give him a power rusher upgrade. Will McDonald should have made the Pro Bowl. I agree. The Pro Bowl is nothing like it used to be 30, 40 years ago either. That's not worth watching. Now they got skills competition. Ever since the Pro Bowl started kind of going downhill, ever since the late Sean Taylor blew up that Bills punter. Now in the Pro Bowl, nobody hits each other anymore. But yeah, yeah, 10 and a half sacks for McDonald. And think about this. He did that without Jermaine Johnson. So imagine if Jermaine had never gotten injured, you know, you're looking at probably 15, 16, 17 sacks for Will McDonald on top of what Johnson would have got as well. So really, I think that was kind of just like with the offense in 2023, Aaron Rodgers getting hurt was the beginning of the end. I think what happened on defense when Jermaine Johnson got hurt in that Tennessee game, that was the beginning of the end for the Jets defense in 2024. And being the Jets, the whole defense took a nosedive after that happened. Okay. Let me I might stay here for I might stay on here for another 10, 20 minutes and then go ahead and move on out. I've been hearing a lot of good things about this young man, Quantez Stiggers. So let's upgrade his man to man. Yes, I agree. I like Jackson Dart. I like him. I like him. I like him. But here's the thing though. Okay, Kenny, you get out of here. Why is this guy here? Xavier Newman. No. Jordan Travis. I mean, you drafted him for a reason. I liked him. If he hadn't gotten that injury, a little over a year, that broken leg, which looked to me like a cheap, dirty hit too, when that happened. Jordan Travis was killing it, dude. You got what is he? 6'1", 200 out of Florida State. Scrambler, improviser. Okay, good Lord, he's only a 59 as far as his arm. Oof. Okay. All right, and then let's just kind of automatically upgrade everybody else here. Let's auto upgrade. All right. All right. I think we might be getting close to the end of this first episode. And then yeah, I was watching some highlights of Jackson Dart, man. Yeah, Madden really broke Jordan Travis's leg on the ratings there too, right? Uh, I've also heard, yeah, no, yeah, gotta cut Clemens. I'm gonna see if I can make a trade though. I'm not just gonna cut these guys. I'm gonna see if I can get draft picks out of them, if nothing else. Um, the guy from Syracuse, Kyle McCord, who was the quarterback for Ohio State. I've heard a lot of nice things about him. I'm gonna have to watch some highlights of him. He was. He probably, from what I heard, they all they do is throw the ball at Syracuse. They don't really run the ball, so he's probably got a couple of cans of icy hot for his shoulder on his elbow as often as he throws. Let's look at a new ability unlocked for Brees Hall. Yeah, Kyle McCord. Let's see. Where's number 6 for Sanchez? Grew up Jets fan, and he went to Syracuse. I'm glad you brought up Mark Sanchez because I got something to say about that. Give me just a second here. For this special ability, let's see, spin cycle. Ball carriers have steerable steer animation. Don't care about that. Players with this ability are harder to knock out of the zone. Ball carriers with this ability will frequently attempt to gain extra yards. Let's try to give him that. He's already got the recuperation, superstar ability. Then let's go with receivers with this ability. Catch more consistently while catching passes less than 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. Okay, playmaker. Receivers with this ability will immediately and precisely react to a user's playmaker inputs. Ball carriers with this ability are effective at recovering from attempted tackles. Let's try that. All right, I got something to say about Mark Sanchez because people have been, they've talked about the butt fumble. Uh, now after all these years, you really don't hear anything too much about the butt fumble anymore, thankfully. But I will say this: the New York Jets screwed Mark Sanchez after that 2010 season. And then, of course, Rex Ryan left him in the game in that preseason game. He got hurt. I'll say this: that ground and pound scheme that Mark Sanchez played in the first 2 years, that was the right scheme for him. He was never going to be a guy that threw for 400 yards a game and like Brady was and Drew Brees and the like. Um, Mark Sanchez was a quarterback who needed to play with a great offensive line and a great running game, and that's what they had the first 2 years with that O line that I aforementioned. Then you had Thomas Jones the first year with Sean Green, and then the second year you got LaDainian Tomlinson and Sean Green. Then you had um what's his name? Dustin Keller. Dustin Keller had a nice first couple of years of his career when he started out with the Jets. Props to Eric Mangini for drafting uh, Dustin Keller. Props to Eric Mangini for building the team that Rex Ryan took to 2 AFC championship games because Eric Mangini is the one that built that team. I got to go with how Mark Sanchez played in the playoffs. He was not a great quarterback in the regular season. Fair enough. But in those 6 playoff games, you cannot tell me that Mark Sanchez was played. How can I say this? He was not a bust in those 6 playoff games. He played well enough to win the 2 road playoff games, get the Jets to the AFC title game. Both of those in 2009 and 2010. I'm going to say this: Mark Sanchez did not lose those 2 AFC title games. The defense did. All right. The Jets were up 17-6 in the '09 AFC title game against the Colts. And then Peyton Manning got hot and the Jets didn't know what to do. Hey, prime Peyton Manning, fair enough. But the Jets did have a 17-6 lead. Mark Sanchez did not blow that lead. Guess who blew that lead? The vaunted Rex Ryan defense. Okay, yes, I am. I'll put my Twitter. Let me give you my let me type my Twitter handle here. Just a second. Thank you so much for your support. All right. So that was the 2009 AFC title game. The defense cost the Jets that AFC title game. And I'll get to why in a minute because they were missing a player that people forget about. Okay, you get 2010, the Jets go 11-5. They go into that playoff game in Indianapolis. They win on that last second field goal by Nick Folk. They go to New England. We know what happened a few weeks prior. They get destroyed 45-3 on Monday night. They go out there, beat New England 28-21. Watch that game whenever you get a chance from start to finish. You cannot tell me that Mark Sanchez did not outplay Tom Brady. He absolutely outclassed Tom Brady in that game. Now, let's go to the AFC title game against Pittsburgh. It is not Mark Sanchez's fault that the Jets were down 17-0 before the national anthem was over. That's on the defense. I mean, Bart Scott was hooping and hollering about can't wait, can't wait. That defense did not show up in the first half of that AFC title game against Pittsburgh. Ultimately, that's what cost them the game because the Jets' offense was not an offense that was going to score 30 points a game. That was an offense that will get you maybe 24 points a game at the most and let the defense take care of business. The defense did not take care of business. Then you had the injury to Damian Woody in the Patriots game, which was basically the end of his career. You had a scrub backup named Wayne Hunter, who every time he started got an offsides. He gets beaten on the blitz. I can't remember who the defender was for Pittsburgh. He basically killed Mark Sanchez. Mark Sanchez loses the ball. Pittsburgh picks up the fumble, goes into the end zone. So they were down, 24-3 at halftime. And then Mark Sanchez, that long bomb to Santonio Holmes. And then there was, I can't remember what the other touchdown was. And then the Jets defense blew it on that third and 6. The problem with the Jets was those with those defenses both of those years, they could not get to the quarterback. And what I mean specifically, the defensive line could not get to the quarterback. A lot of those sacks came from Jason Taylor, Calvin Pace, who, what a damn good player Calvin Pace was, came from the linebackers, and then the corners would be blitzing, the safeties would be blitzing, Kerry Rhodes and Eric Smith. I think that was the name of the number 33, the short little white dude. He was one of the safeties. The defensive line could not sack the quarterback. And the reason was because they lost Chris Jenkins both of those seasons. Chris Jenkins wore number 64. He was a big old boy. He was like 6'4", 340, 350. He got to the Jets in '08, I believe, from the Carolina Panthers. He was a member of the 2003 Carolina Panthers Super Bowl team. He was one of 7 Pro Bowlers that the Jets had in '08. And then in the '09 season, I believe in week 6, he tore his knee up, missed the rest of that season. And so the Jets had nobody to basically clog the lane, to open up the lanes for the defensive linemen. Then in 2010, that first game when it was the new MetLife Stadium against the Ravens on that Monday night, tore that same knee up again, and then that was the end of Chris Jenkins' career. If the New York Jets had had Chris Jenkins those 2 seasons healthy, the Jets go to those 2 Super Bowls. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But again, Rex Ryan had no backup plan for losing Chris Jenkins. They had a Sione Puha. He played for them, but Sione Puha, you know, he wasn't, he wasn't any good. And then they had Trevor Price, but Trevor Price was not what he was in his prime. So the Jets overall had a weak defensive line, and they couldn't get pressure on the quarterback. That's why the Jets did not get to those 2 Super Bowls. It was not because of Mark Sanchez. Then the first mistake they made after that 2010 season, they let go of Braylon Edwards when he clearly stated that he wanted a hometown, was willing to take the hometown discount to stay with the Jets. They gave Santonio Holmes all that money, and then Santonio Holmes just pulled a Neil O'Donnell. And that was the beginning of the end of what happened with Mark Sanchez. And that's basically where his career started going. As far as the Bills go, I think they should fire Sean McDermott. It's up here. It's up here. Remember 3 years ago, they had the lead against Kansas City with 13 seconds left. Who blows a lead like that with 13 seconds left? I don't know which one is worse, that one or well, no, the Super Bowl where you're up 28-3. That's a lot worse. But up here, Buffalo was never the same. If they had hung on when they scored with 13 seconds left against Kansas City, Buffalo wins the Super Bowl that year. It was uh it was Cincinnati and the Rams in that Super Bowl. Buffalo would have beat the Rams. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Up here, the Bills they've never been the same after blowing that lead with 13 seconds left. Up here, mentally, they were shot. Then the next year they had a home field, and then Cincinnati mopped the floor with them after the whole. You can I don't know the whole Damar Hamlin thing. I mean, I'm sure it probably had an effect on them. But now you lose to Kansas City again and again. What is this though? This is like the fourth time. Forget Buffalo. They're Indianapolis had that problem trying to get past the Patriots, but they eventually did. But I don't see the Bills getting past. I don't see the Bills being a threat anymore. I mean, they'll get to the playoffs, but stick a fork in them. All right, let's and look, that's another thing because I live in the Kansas City area. You can make a case about the bad calls. That one where the defender and the receiver, the ball clearly did hit the ground. That was a bad call. Uh, so people are saying that it could be rigged and all that. I'm kind of 50-50 on that. I think on the fourth down, I think that Josh Allen did cross the line there. I think that should have been a first down. But again, the defense did not do their job, and Kansas City went downfield, scored, and um, then you had the receiver that should have caught that ball on 4th and 5. You can only blame Josh Allen so much for that. So, and you can only blame the refs so much. If you're running the same play on 4th and short, if you're doing the same quarterback sneak over and over and over and it's not working, do something else. That's the difference between them and Philadelphia. Philadelphia does that push, that tush push, but it works every time. So if it keeps working, then of course you keep doing it. Buffalo kept using the same quarterback sneak against Kansas City, going to the left. It's not working. It's not working. Do something else. Okay, if it's 4th and 1, you know what? Have 5 wide receivers out there and then run the ball. And then you've got all that space. You can do a little drag route or something like that, and you get a first down. You keep it moving. But no, yeah, that Mike White game. Oof, yeah, Mike White hasn't been the same since that game either. All right, so let's man, I'm over here I'm going out here giving giving New York Jets history. Like I said, that'll be on my veteran sports podcast channel, my second channel. So I think I should be telling these stories on that channel along with a lot of other sports stuff that I like to talk about. So, all right, now let's go here. Staff moves. So I've already, yeah, Jeff Ulbrich gone. Aaron Glenn hired. All right, they got Aaron Glenn here as 36 years old, but he's like 53. But that's all right. That's all right. Let's advance the week, and hopefully we can start making trades. But before we do that, let's take a look at the playoff bracket, and then I think I'll get out of here in a little bit. Buffalo #1 seed. Okay, you've got the Steelers and the Ravens, the 2 and 7 seed. Kansas City hosting Miami. You know who's going to win that one. And then the Texans against the Bengals. And then in the NFC, Detroit is the #1 seed. You've got Green Bay and Philadelphia in the first round. Seattle hosting the Rams, and then Tampa Bay hosting San Francisco. So that's the playoff bracket. Let's advance one week, and I think with that we will end today's episode. Thank you so much, Caden JETS. Uh, if you do any kind of podcasting or anything like that, let me know, and I can follow your channel as well. Let's advance the week. I used to live in New York in the 40 something years ago. Again, you can see by the gray, I'm close to Glenn's age. Okay, so let's see. Can I do trades yet? Okay, I don't think I can do trades till after the playoffs. So what I'm gonna do, since I've been here for, thank you. So I'll find you on Twitter here in a little bit. So let's go ahead and end this initial episode here. Thank you so much, Caden, for us watching me tonight. Love you, bro. Thank you. I'll be getting you on Twitter. If you have any kind of Jets related shows or whatever on your page, let me know. I'll hop in. Maybe we do some kind of work together. I would looks like you look like you know what you're talking about. So, and I know I got a little Jets knowledge as well. So, thank you very much, and I'll be back with episode 2 of my Aaron Glenn Jets rebuild on my veterans gaming podcast. One more announcement. This coming Sunday, if you are a Barclays Premier League soccer fan, I will be doing the watch along for Arsenal versus Manchester City, and that's going to be this coming Sunday, 10:15 Central Standard Time. So, hope to see you Sunday, and until then, this has been the Veterans Gaming Podcast. Good night.